We're continuing as Shulchan Aruch Orach Chaim, Hilchot Shabbat. We're up to Siman Resh Ayin Gimel in Hilchot Kiddush, Seif Dalit, and Daf Nun Bet Amud Bet of the regular prints of your Mishna Beruras. Maran writes, Yachol Adam lekadesh la'acherim afal pi she'eno ochel imahem deledidhu ave makom suda. You could make Kiddush for other people even though that you are not eating with them, because for them is considered makom suda, and you're eating with them, you're saying kiddush for them because of the mitzvah of arvut. In other words, you could say kiddush for other people because they need it and they can't say it themselves, and you are considered achrai, responsible for them. So long as they are keeping the halachot of kiddush makom suda, you are allowed to say kiddush for them. Even though that with yayin, you can't say birkat hane'enin. You want to say shakol niya bidvaro, and if you could be quiet, please. When you say shakol niya bidvaro for somebody else, and they need to drink, you're not drinking. You're just saying shakol for them. You can't do that. Birkat hane'enin, you can't be shomea keoneh if you are not drinking yourself. If you're not drinking yourself, you cannot say a bracha. But here, even though that it has borei priya gefen, it's birkat hane'enin, it is really there attached to birkat hakiddush. Im eino ne'enei imaim kevan dehai borei priya gefen hu chova lekiddush. This borei priya gefen that you're saying on wine or grape juice, it's not only a birkat hane'enin, it is coming because of the obligation you have in the bracha of mekadesh Shabbat, and therefore it's kiddush hayom nami. It's a tag along. It's batel to the mitzvah of kiddush, and you could say it even though that you are not participating in the seudah at all. Even though that you're not benefiting from the wine, you could do that. Now this is for kiddush of Leil Shabbat. It's for the night kiddush. Afiru be kiddush shel yom, says Shulchan Aruch, the Rama adds, even the kiddush of Shabbat morning, mutar la'asot ken, you could do this because even though that you don't have the bracha of Mikadesh Shabbat, the Rama writes, this is from Rabbeinu Yerucham, the student of Rosh, Rabbeinu Asher, Bet Yosef brings this in the name of Rif and the Rosh, later on in the halachot of Pesach, Taf Pei Dalet. So says the Rama, you could do it even though that you're not saying any other bracha, just borei priya gefen, but the borei priya gefen is doing a kiddush shel yom, and that would be sufficient as well. Now, if you don't have wine and shacharit of Shabbat, so you're not saying borei priya gefen, you're doing just hamotzi, right? Just doing hamotzi, but Ishchai is not even happy with that. Then you can't be motzi other people with hamotzi, because that's not a kiddush, actual kiddush. Then you have to be eating actually if you're saying hamotzi, because borei priya gefen, when you're holding a cup before you wash for bread, it's still known that this is kiddush. But if you wash your hands and you're saying hamotzi and you really are saying kiddush with that because you don't have wine, then it's not nikar, it's not known, and therefore you should be eating perhaps with them as well. This is the Kaf HaChaim that poses this as a question, but seems to be that he's more on the stringent side when it comes to this. Vehu she'enam yodi'im, says the Shulchan Aruch, this is only when they don't know. Ve'im adayin lo kiddush la'atzmo, if they can't say Kiddush themselves. They don't know how to say Kiddush. And therefore you could say it for them. If you haven't said Kiddush yourself yet, you should be careful not to eat food if you're not doing Kiddush Makom Seudah, because for you, this is not your Kiddush Makom Seudah. So in other words, if you're not eating Seudah, or equivalent of Seudah, you can't eat or taste anything. So therefore, you can't just say Kiddush and have a little fruits and vegetables and then go home and eat Seudah with your Kiddush there, because the Kiddush here was not b'makom Seudah. You can't eat anything. You could only eat poppers and other things that are available on a Kiddush if you were Yotzeh first Kiddush Makom Seudah, which means at least having a kazait of mizonot or bread or a revita wine. You have to have Kiddush Makom Seudah before you could eat other things. Now says the Shulchan Aruch, says the Mishna Berura rather, because if they know how to say Kiddush for themselves, you cannot be motzi them if you're not participating in the Kiddush. If it's not my Kiddush, I can't repeat Kiddush or just say Kiddush for someone that could do it himself. Do it yourself. If I am not fulfilling my mitzvah of Kiddush with this Kiddush, then I'm not Yotzeh with this. They let them say it themselves. Pri Chadash Chelek. Pri Chadash does not agree with this. That with any situation, even if you're not being Yotzeh and they know how to say Kiddush, I still have Arvut. I'm part of them, they're part of me, and therefore I could say Kiddush for them. The Malbim, in his Perush on Orach Chaim, he also agrees with the Pri Chadash, the Midina Yachol Leotzi Bechol Gavni, that halachically speaking, you could do it for them. But the mitzvah for him is, if he knows how to say Kiddush, he should be saying it for himself, because he knows how to. And even his friend that is saying to fulfill the Kiddush for him, he's not, the one that's saying it, this is not his Kiddush. He's going to say Kiddush later. And this fellow that is being Yotzeh knows how to say it himself. So why you do this around the head type of thing? Just do it with the person saying the Kiddush himself. A woman that's almana, that doesn't know how to say Kiddush herself, lo tuchal likanes b'bayit acher lishmoa Kiddush. She should not be going to a different house to hear Kiddush, kevan she'ena so'edet sham kelal, because she's not eating Seudah over there, ela yikanes acher lebeta lekadesh lefana. She should bring someone else to say Kiddush in her house, because that's where she's going to have Seudah. And as we mentioned before, according to Pri Chadash, that's even if the woman herself knows how to say Kiddush and the other person is not eating Seudah there, still could work. So that's Mikaradin. We paskin like the Pri Chadash, that the person could say Kiddush for another individual, even though that individual knows how to say Kiddush, but lechatchila, anyone that knows how to say Kiddush should say it for themselves. B'ezrat Hashem, continue on Seif Hey in the days to come.